When testing a new cancer drug, a critical phase involves determining the right dosage. The first challenge is finding a dose that's strong enough to effectively fight the cancer cells, but also safe enough to minimize harm and side effects for patients. It's a delicate balance. This balancing act is called dose escalation, a process where researchers gradually increase the dosage. The ultimate goal is finding the dose that's just right. For years, researchers have relied on a method called the 3+3 design. In this approach, you treat 3 patients at a specific dose level, and if that dose proves to be safe and well tolerated, you move up to the next higher dose. But this method is now considered outdated and inefficient. It's rigid, slow to adapt, and often exposes patients to doses that are either too low to be effective or too high, leading to unnecessary toxicity. It doesn't effectively learn from the accumulating data as the trial progresses, which is a major drawback. This can potentially risk patient safety and lead to a significant waste of valuable research time and resources. Administering the wrong dose can mean a promising drug is prematurely abandoned. Or even worse, patients may suffer unnecessary and potentially severe side effects. We urgently need smarter, more adaptive methods that prioritize patient protection and simultaneously speed up the pace of research. The ultimate goal is to find the maximum tolerated dose quickly, efficiently, and above all, safely. Fortunately, there's now a better way to approach this critical challenge called Bayesian Optimal Interval, or BOIN design. BOIN design is fundamentally changing how we conduct cancer trials, offering a more efficient and safer path forward. BOIN represents a smarter, more adaptive approach to clinical trials, especially in early phase studies where finding the right dose is critical. Think of BOIN as a GPS for clinical trials, guiding researchers toward the optimal treatment dosage. It's constantly updating the route based on new data and patient responses, ensuring the trial stays on course. Before the trial even begins, researchers set a target toxicity rate, a crucial safety parameter, for example 25%. This represents the acceptable level of side effects for a given treatment. BOIN uses this target to create clear, simple rules that guide dose adjustments throughout the trial to escalate, de-escalate, or stay at the same dose, depending on how patients are responding. It considers all patient data accumulated throughout the trial, not just the latest group of patients, providing a more robust assessment. This comprehensive approach makes every decision more informed and data-driven. The rules are designed to be easy to follow, and are often laid out in a simple table for the clinical team to reference quickly. This eliminates the need for complex calculations during the trial itself. Instead, the team can focus on patient care, guided by clear instructions. BOIN's inherent flexibility and simplicity make it accessible to a wider range of research teams, even those with limited statistical expertise. Let's delve into how a clinical trial team can effectively use the BOIN design in practice. This step-by-step guide will illustrate the process. First, the team needs to set the target toxicity rate. This is a crucial decision. So let's say, for example, they aim for a 30% toxicity rate. The BOIN algorithm then calculates 2 key boundaries, a lower limit and an upper limit, both centered around this predefined target toxicity rate and acting as thresholds for decision-making. If the observed toxicity rate in a group of patients is below the lower boundary, the team will escalate the dose for the next group. Conversely, if the observed toxicity is above the upper boundary, the team will de-escalate the dose, reducing it for the subsequent group of patients. However, if the observed toxicity falls in between these 2 boundaries, the team will maintain the current dose for the next patient group. Patients are enrolled into the trial in small, carefully monitored groups, and after evaluating each group, the clinical trial team meticulously checks the BOIN decision table to determine the next course of action. This entire process repeats itself, always using the most recent and relevant data to inform and guide the next crucial step in the trial. At the conclusion of the trial, BOIN comprehensively analyzes all the accumulated data to ultimately select the dose that is statistically closest to the predefined target toxicity rate. Importantly, safety checks are inherently built into the design, ensuring that if even the lowest dose proves to be excessively toxic, the trial is immediately stopped to protect patient well-being. This adaptive approach is inherently dynamic, remarkably efficient, and unwaveringly prioritizes the safety and well-being of every patient involved. It represents a significant and welcome upgrade from the traditional and often less efficient 3+3 method. BOIN delivers 3 big benefits: accuracy, speed, and simplicity. It's more accurate at finding the right dose, building a stronger foundation for future trials. BOIN trials are faster, moving quickly past ineffective or unsafe doses. This means fewer patients, less time, and faster access to promising treatments. The decision tables make BOIN easy to use. No advanced statistics needed during the trial. More research centers can adopt this design, democratizing access to better trials. Real-world trials have shown BOIN's clarity and effectiveness, even with complex drug combinations. BOIN is making trials safer and smarter for patients. But how do you set up a BOIN trial for success? Here's a practical checklist. To run a BOIN trial well, start with team training. Walk everyone through the design and decision table. Prepare your tools. Generate the decision table using free software and include it in the trial protocol. Set a realistic, clinically justified target toxicity rate. Communicate early with regulators and ethics committees, highlighting BOIN's ethical advantages. Share your decision table and rationale to build trust and avoid delays. Monitor data closely and hold regular team meetings to review BOIN recommendations. For combination therapies, update rules to handle multiple drugs. Careful preparation and clear communication are key. BOIN empowers teams to run safer, more ethical trials. If you're planning an early phase trial and want expert support with dose finding, our experts at Quanticate can work with you to design high-quality, efficient studies. Contact us at inquiries@quanticate.com to learn how we can support your next clinical trial.